It is getting powered by World Sports Betting. It is getting is the same. Sometimes we start the videos like this because we are a bunch of men and we're talking nonsense to each other. So welcome. We were in the middle of that and you guys are disturbing us. It's Orlando Pirates 2 and we was playing SuperSport United 0 in the Betway Premiership. Well done to Orlando Pirates. Dion Hotter, the closing goal, the opening goal from Sesane, long range pass, beautiful assist. And then of course Ngwana says Evidence Mahopa finishing it. Well done. He was between two centre backs and he found a way. Ricardo Costa as well in the middle of nowhere, and well done to Evidence Mahopa. But I suppose that's all he wrote really in terms of good things that happened in the game. He only scored that goal and nothing much. But Orlando Pirates deserve fully the game. They're number one now on the log after 4 matches with 12 points. Lindo Pep, what do you make of the games?
Yeah, ngishapha
Yes, sir.
I think ngibulisa amachimbusi ngibulisa the legendary Tsovilakazi.
Mr. So-and-so?
Shane and Shane.
Yes, sir.
Bafowethu Junior Khanye Khohlo.
Yes, sir.
Bobo Mnqithi. Bafowethu. Nkululeko, yeah. Firstly, congratulations to Orlando Pirates. Congratulations to the technical team, the players. But in the technical team, I want to single out a few names. Obviously, the head coach has done incredibly well, more especially with the start of the season. You know, it's 8 goals now, 1 goal conceded, Nkululeko, 3 clean sheets. Very impressive. But I also want to talk about Umandla Ncikazi, who I feel deserves the recognition as well.
What do you think he does there?
I think
primarily.
I think he's more of a technical coach. I think he's one that gets closer to the players. Remember, with our head coaches, they always have their offices, and sometimes they need a link between you need a link between the technical team and the coaches. I think he plays a crucial role in a dressing room. I think he comes from his school of golden arrows, of course, working with Coach Mangoba. He understands ball players as well. I think he's helped Coach Jorge Rivero integrate into this country, understanding what South African footballers are and what they need. But
I think it's an important point that closing that cultural gap.
Yeah, he's closing.
I think we may speculate about what it does in training because we're not there, but I think he helps to close the cultural gap. When maybe the players want to express a feeling about tactics or an uncomfortability, maybe they will express it to him, and he can then buffer that information and send it to the coach. I think you make a very good point.
If there's certain players that don't understand or take information a little bit longer, I think he breaks it down easy for them. Explaining like sometimes I may explaining you know. But another person I want to single out in the technical team is Uhelmi Calcini. Ever since the guy came in January after they replaced Tusejo, the other guy that left Tusejo went to Spain. The guy that comes from used to work Nonabi as well. I think Orlando Pirates looks energetic. They look super fit. Combination play, energetic. They look like a team that wants to win each and every game they approach. But yeah, just to move on to the game, critical phase of the game. That's how we start the conversation. Critical phase of the game. Even modern coaches, even younger coaches need to learn. Younger football players as well. When the match starts, you need to be switched on. I think Jorge Rivero, this is some element I added this season to Orlando Pirates. A quick play. Stop delaying. I think the run as well, very important.
He's like a top-class midfielder when he's on the ball.
Not a regista.
Yeah.
Deploying playmaker. But anyway, he plays like an incredible pass. Good movement off the ball. That's why you always say Nkulego. I think Umahopa, what gives you Orlando Pirates that Umabasa doesn't give is the movement of the ball and intelligent running. But even though in the second half, he made runs that confused Lomfano Nkota. I think Beka ran space in Sakuram Blokela channel. But an incredible run and an incredible finish. I think Ricardo Costa was supposed to come out there. But I'm looking at the tactical structure of Orlando Pirates, of course. They're looking at the right-hand side, but minus one winger because they want control in midfield. You're looking at the boy Nkota, who I feel at his profile before we get too excited. Sure. I said I'm not going to overpraise. The boy is a left footer, but you find that he can kick with both feet, technically very good. What makes him top is I think he has the same quality in general, the ability to play off the ball, very energetic, uthandi combination play, very good. He's got an eye for a goal. I think he could have scored there with his left foot in the box. Angeke City unlucky kumfana. I think it's positive criticism. The boy needs to score there. The boy Nkota needs to score there. But in terms of diagonal balls, created so many opportunities for Orlando Pirates in terms of diagonal ball. Really, I think that ball looked very dangerous. Normally those balls are played by Abo Sesana, Unda or Ruspisi into that space. Because Abo Makaula nabo Mbata, even though Mbata namhlanje bekazama ukuba a little bit positive in terms of progressive passing, more especially in the progressive line. But I like the boy every time when he comes inside, more especially in the progressive line. Magalbambi, he becomes unpredictable.
Yeah, part of your job is being able to see things in the future. We looked at the Relebohile Mufukeng once and we were like, that's the king of this generation, that's a star, until you show us another one. We looked at him once and we were convinced Mufukeng in Nkosiyama 2000. Mohau Nkota, what can you see for his future? Can he be a star?
Nkulego, the boy's got huge potential. But what we need is consistency from the boy. Njengoba ngitshela masim profiler first is I wanted to see, besides the talent, I wanted to see personality. He's got the personality. I wanted to see arrogance. I wanted to see the character. The boy understands what it means to play for Orlando Pirates. But for me, Nkulego, when you're looking at balance, and this is what excites me the most about the South African football as a South African fan, if you are going to have Nkota on the right and you've got Urile on the left, for me as an Orlando, if you're an Orlando Pirates fan or if you're a South African follow, this is exciting for South African football, more especially for a big club. I understand that Orlando Pirates has ambitions to win the league, Nkulego. But for them to be brave and to be heavy arrogance, there's a difference. And there's people need to understand. There's something about busy high performance and high trust. And I think Orlando Pirates are in that phase in their construction where high performance is reliable in terms of how performances, in terms of getting results. It trusting the players that you have in terms of his squad. I think that's what Jorge Rivero has had with regards to Kevin Hunt. For me, what I see there is low performance and high trust, in my opinion. Believes in the players, but doesn't trust the players to perform in terms of keeping the ball.
Do those players, I made the point here, it's a comment, of course, we don't know, we're not in training, and I said that those players look like they're fed up with him. I can't put my finger on why. Maybe it's because every time when they're trying to build up and they start the ball, I mean, you could see with Ndlovu that he's trying to do combination play, but eventually one of his teammates is just going to kick the ball long, and everything is a long throw, everything is a set piece. Do you genuinely look at those players and think, because you're talking about performance and trust and high trust, and I'm juxtaposing this and thinking that actually maybe his players don't trust him and maybe they're fed up with him.
Maybe it's vice versa. Maybe there is a high performance and lack of trust, Nkulego.
Yeah.
Maybe it's vice versa. Maybe
from the players' side, they don't trust him.
Maybe they don't trust the coach, or even the coach doesn't trust the players to actually keep the ball. Because to be honest with you, there were a period where Undlova Petty Paula or Usinoka Petty Paula, whoever email connect, second half, Nkulego. This is what frustrated me. He's got an option to drive and attack the space.
Yeah.
He decides to play a long ball, and it's an instruction from the coach. What I am saying is, Nkulego, some of the players are extremely talented. But I don't think the philosophy of the coach is allowing or bringing out the best in those players. I don't think those players bayakwazi express Nkulego. I don't think they are able to express
they're
themselves.
fighting for their contracts.
They're fighting.
The last thing you want is to have someone give a coach a reason not to play you. Because if you're Imek Okon, for example, or if you're Undlovu is rebuilding his career from Pirates. It didn't work out. They ended up playing him as a right back. The last thing he wants is to upset the coach and then not play, because they're playing for their contracts. You know, you always need to be on television. You always need to be having minutes where people can see you so that the agent can be able to sell you. So even if the players are frustrated, they can't go to the coach and say to him, we don't want to play like this.
Yeah, because Nkulego, you're looking at the tactical structure as well. They've got three players up front. They've got Zukamanja, they've got Maurice, and they've got Vincent Pulu. Vincent Pulu, I thought he was going to go on the left, balance on my side. But actually, they opted to attack Nama fullback. Kuneo Rapo was bombing on the left, and then you had Unyiko Mobi there. But for me, the midfield looked very open. That's why in the second half, when they introduced to Keenan Aya, the number 25, they looked very energetic. I always thought Undlovu would try to keep the ball, but there was no support. Those three players were always on front. They were too far, even if no normal passer.
Even no Brooklyn Pochen
tried,
who should be giving Undlovu the option. I don't think that it did.
I
don't think it was available for him to get the pass.
Much better in the second half when the boy very energetic. I think that's why I think he fought. I think Baba Tanglishi the second half, because if you look at the performance after the 65th minute, I think they played my best. I think the boy came into with a lot of arrogance, came in with a lot of aggression. That's what they needed. Hard tackling, dark arts, but also be good on the ball, keep the ball. But Mawata check Nkulego with the tactical structure, much better for Makaula Namhlanje.
Yeah,
much better. I think that's the. For me, the defensive midfield position Orlando Pirates has always been a general midfield player. Kehleni Makaulu umuntu omdala needs to understand that role. To say, it's not about you, but what the team needs. Jorge Rivero always preaches these words, and I thought today he understood exactly what the team needs, because sometimes he receives always after the press, but today he understood his role, more especially in the consolidation phase, in the build-up. Very comfortable. Umbata plays a different position in today in Nkulego. He looks like he was playing wider a little bit, if you check out the tactical model, and then there was an interchange, no rotation of position where you would find Dino inside, Umbata out, because Nkota wasn't really hugging the touchline. That's why I'm saying the boy looks like someone who's a winger that can play inside. He doesn't look like a winger that can play outside. But you look at Ukehleni Namhlanje general. For me, in my opinion, he was the mainstay of Orlando Pirates. Gave Orlando Pirates a lot of control. If you check it, Namhlanje bebal pass Nkulego.
In fact, let me just say that if we are going to see a title race, and I want Orlando Pirates, and I've said this in other platforms as well when I'm being interviewed, that I genuinely wish Pirates could win the league this season. If we are going to see a title race in South Africa this season, we are going to get it between Pirates and Sundowns. I think that's obvious. Number two, if it's going to come from Pirates, they're going to need Mbata and Makehleni Makaula for 80% of the season. So from the 30 games this season in the league, they're going to need Mbata and Makaula to be on song for 22 or 25 games, up to 25 games. They cannot afford to not have to have off days, especially those midfielders.
Yeah, Nkulego, even if you look at the style of play, you look at what I'm impressed with Orlando Pirates is the distribution, Nkulego. They played in 4 games. They've played over 1,800 passes.
Wow.
Their passing accuracy is over 85%. Nkulego, that's very impressive for me. And it says control, game management, extra pass. And I'm looking at the defense, the rest defense. Normally in the game against the Nkulego, against the Amakesi, they had a 3-1 system that they deployed in rest defense. But you look at today, that's the importance of Umakaula, maybe Nkulego, because he gives them a rest defense of a 3-2, where they've got 5 players every time. I think that's why they could deal on rest defense. But you look at Orlando Pirates and them challenging for the league, Nkulego. They already played 4 games. They won all of the games. You look at their next fixture is against Amazulu. They might get a home win. And then you look at the fixtures that they have. For me, in my opinion, those are fixtures that they should win. I think they should get into 10 wins in a row. My biggest worry, Nkulega, is the second half of the season. That's when they have difficult games. Secondly, as well, I need to see them in the CAF Champions League as well, more especially when they travel to Cairo. I need to understand.
There are those leagues matches. I think I get this point. I think Bobo was making the same point as well, that actually I get it now, as you mentioned it, that there are league matches you're going to play on a Wednesday after coming from Mali or Morocco or Egypt on Sunday. So those, the fatigue of your players from traveling, from the emotivity of the game, maybe they were robbed the results there with the referee, and then you have to play 4 days later. So those will be the important league matches for Paris.
So for me, Nkulego, it's the CAF Champions League. It's the they need to win the games. You beat the teams that you need. You don't have to beat the Chiefs, Sundowns to win the league. Beat the teams that you have to beat. But what is important, Kulego, is the January transfer window, in my opinion. That's the window that's going to make a difference, Orlando Pirates. For me, they need a player that's going to come in and revive the team and take the team into the next level. I don't know who the player is, but I think they need to make a signing, whether it's the replacement of Funda, or they need an extra midfielder with a lot of arrogance and a lot of control, or they need another winger to help them, help Usaling, because the Nkota boy is an incredible. Usaling scores important goals. Urile is obviously playing. In my opinion, the boy didn't play well, but you should expect this from a 19-year-old, inconsistent performances. But to keep believing, keep giving it trust. We saw the boy getting an opportunity before he came Ipela. But for me, I'm looking at the Orlando Pirates with their league challenge. The CAF Champions League, it's important. Win their games. You don't have to beat the Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, but most importantly, the January transfer window. You go in all out for Annapolis to attack the league. You go all out. Or Jaden Adams in that midfield with a lot of arrogance to attack the league. I think even the best clubs in the world, they do that. If they realize that there's a sniff a little bit, or they smell something that the league is closer, I think the investment that they're going to make in January is very important. Looking at the games as well that they have.
As long as they stay alive up to January, because we're in November now. November, December. As long as you keep yourself alive, because whatever you do in January is going to be dictated by what has happened already. So by January, we are on game number 15. If Paris is still alive there, then they can strengthen. It makes sense from that point.
I think so. Because, and if you're looking at their games, it's very possible that they can get maximum points. I think looking at the TS Galaxy and so forth. But I'm looking at their games and I'm saying to myself, this is a huge opportunity for Orlando Pirates to always stay closer. And remember, Nkulego, we are not saying they must go all out to win the league, even though Orlando Pirates fans or Abotso would say we need to win the league. In my opinion, if they really stay closer, they do have a chance. Even though Mamelodi Sundowns is a
obviously Sundowns is not going to be easy, bro. Like we're saying all of this in the middle of knowing that there's only one team that's guaranteed to win the league, but the other team that can do it or make it difficult is Orlando Pirates. Just a summary as well. Well done to Orlando Pirates. Just to wrap it up.
Well done to Orlando Pirates. A good result for them. 2 goals, a clean sheet, very positive. 8 goals, 3 clean sheets. Credit to a couple of players like Abombata. I think he played very well. Credit to Makaula. Utito namhlanje bekalanda a little bit deeper, but dictated the game a little bit on and off relay, but can do better. I'm very excited to see both wingers. Nkota no relay. Umahopa got a couple of chances. Nkulego. Mina ngeke unlucky. First half, he receives the ball in the final third possible. We need to start improving with outside shots. We need to improve dead ball situations. But other than that, congratulations to Orlando Pirates. Congratulations to Roger Rivera.
There you go. Thank you very much to Lindo. Thank you very much to you guys as well for watching our videos. We appreciate it. It is good TV, it is good times. World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.